Yeah, I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions. It's so funny. There's a Hooters right there, and it's just like chilling in the background. And it's so random because this city is so classy and expensive, and then boom, Hooters. It's really random. I got a snack. It's okay. I'm in Switzerland, and Switzerland has like the best chocolate in the world. So when you go to the grocery store, any store, there's like a giant chocolate selection. And I've been loving this chocolate here. It's white chocolate, which is my dark chocolate and white chocolate are my favorite chocolates. And it's got almond cream in the middle. Oh my god, it's so good. Check out this view. The first question I was asked was, would you ever join the military? Now, I get a lot of messages from people who tell me they've joined the military and they see that as their way to travel the world. And I think that's really cool. I'm American, so if I join the military, I'd be joining the American military, US military. So no, I actually never plan on living in America again. I was born and raised in New Jersey. And I left and I moved to China when I was 19, going on 20. I'm now 25, going on 26. I'll be 26 December 25th, Christmas Day. And I've been traveling pretty much all of my adult life. And I've spent in the last 6 years, in the last 5 years, in the last 6 years, I've probably spent about one of them in America all together. And that only is because of Corona. But during that virus, I stayed in America. But if that did not happen, I probably in the last 6 years would have spent about 4 or 5 months all together in the US. I only go there to visit my family and then I'm back traveling. Traveling other countries. I actually have no connection to the US other than the fact that my entire family is living there. But I don't feel connected to, when I go back, I don't feel a connection. I don't feel, even though that's my home through and through and through. I'm 100% American. My parents are from America. My parents, everyone's from America. But I don't feel connected to that place, but I do feel at home where my home is now, which is quote unquote Europe, more or less. When I go back to Paris, I literally feel a sense of home. Like, the only thing that I feel homey about in the US is my family. But as far as the country, I don't feel at home. I don't feel like I have the American mindset. And everyone who meets me tells me that too. They tell me, we know you're American because of the way you speak, your accent. You know, you can listen to me and tell I'm from America. But other than that, they're like, you're American? Like, your views, your lifestyle, the way you think is just not very American. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with having an American mindset or lifestyle or anything like that. I didn't say anything's wrong with that. I just said I don't have it. If your favorite color is red, does that mean blue is bad? No. I'm just saying I don't have this, I just feel like a square and maybe America's a circle and I'm not fitting in. Like, it just does not work. No matter which way you turn it, a square is not going to fit into a circle hole. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, but and I just want to reiterate, there's nothing wrong with being American. There's nothing wrong with living there. There's nothing wrong with having an American lifestyle or way of thinking. I just saying I don't have it, okay? So I always see myself probably living here in Europe. Also, another thing I love about Europe is it's so close to so many countries. I can get on a train and be in Switzerland. I can get on a train and be in Spain. I can get on a train and be in beautiful south of France, or I could be in the Netherlands. I could be in Belgium. I could get on a train and go to Poland or a bus or whatever, and in 2 seconds I can be in Turkey. In 2 seconds I can be, I love Europe for that, and that is one main reason I see myself always living in Europe. Also, I am planning on getting married and raising my children here. It's just like a lot of reasons, and I didn't know about the American mindset until I left. I didn't realize it, but it's kind of like, go to school, get in debt. Being in debt is okay in America when you're going to school, because it's worth it or something. And then getting a job, a 9-to-5 job, or an internship, or I don't know, I just am not, that's not my thing. Work your whole life. Work is life in America. Life is work. Work is life. In Europe, oh my goodness, I realize the lifestyle is, work is not work. You just work because you have to, because you need money. But life in Europe is about enjoying, relaxing, spending time with your family, enjoying the outdoors, traveling, and just relaxing and enjoying your life. It's not about work. I fit in so well here. I get along with the people I meet. I meet someone and we tell each other our stories, especially while I'm traveling, and I'm like, oh my god, your story is so cool, and they look at me and they're like, oh my god, your story is so cool. And I'm just not like that. I just always will be a traveler, and I see myself settling down here in Europe. Yeah, there's that. It's just two different worlds, America and the rest of the world. I feel like I'd live in Asia again before I'd live in America. You guys know I used to live in China, and yeah, I just wouldn't live there. Okay, another question. Why don't I travel Africa more? And I appreciate the girl who asked this, because usually the question is, why haven't you traveled Africa? And you don't do your research, because I have been to more of Africa than I think a lot of people. I've traveled Ethiopia. I was also in Tanzania for a month. I also have been to Kenya. I was there for a while too. I also have been to Egypt, but I know people don't. When people say, why don't you travel Africa? They're not talking about Egypt, but it's still Africa. I've been to Egypt so many times. And where else have I been? I was in Eritrea for a second. But this is, I noticed, such a popular, I thought it was just me, but I follow Los LeBlanc on YouTube and Instagram, and he was expressing that he also gets these comments. He is a traveler, and he had not traveled to Africa before, I don't think, and he was just expressing how much hate he got about that. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's not just a me thing, but maybe I will explain this right now. So if you are not an experienced traveler, you don't know how freaking difficult it is to travel Africa, especially as a solo female. So I just don't even want to hear anyone say, you need to visit this and this and this African country if you hadn't done it and you are not a 25-year-old American female solo. Okay? So I don't want to hear it. If you are not the same as me, and if you've done it, congratulations. But Africa has so many, and a lot of the countries in Africa, Somalia, things keep falling. I'm sitting under a tree. But there are a lot of countries that I would categorize easy to travel in Africa. For example, South Africa is fairly easy. I would say Egypt is easy. That's why I've been so many times. As an American, it's so simple to just go there. Remember this as well. Traveling is set up by who you are. What country you are coming from has everything to do with how your travel experience is going to be. I was just having this conversation with a girl from Colombia today, and she was telling me how difficult it is for her to travel the world as a Colombian with a Colombian passport. And it sucks. If you are Egyptian, oh my gosh, with an Egyptian passport, oh my goodness, you're not allowed to go anywhere. Like, it's crazy. There's so many countries that you just can't just go to just because of your passport. And in America, we have a really strong passport, but it weakened after Donald Trump became president. It dropped, but we used to be up there with a strong passport. What does a strong passport mean? It means that you're allowed to go to the most countries without a visa and without any issues. This does not exist for Africa. As an American, it is so difficult and expensive, especially for a solo traveler like me. I travel most places by myself if I don't already know someone in that country. When I'm not alone, it's because I know someone in that country, and that person is meeting up with me. Okay. But it's so freaking difficult to travel a lot of Africa as a American with an American passport. The amount of visas. Also, as a traveler who literally, basically you could say I live on the road. I'm constantly traveling, right? I need as much space in my passport as I possibly, I don't want to use up my passport super quick. When I went to Africa, you need visas as an American for all these countries. And it's like the visas take up one whole page in my passport. I've already finished 2 passports. So it's like, I can't keep using up. If I go to 5-6 African countries, that's a whole, and they don't just stamp it. They put a whole sheet, sticker. I can show you. Okay, I just pulled my passport out. This is my Kenyan visa. Do you see? It takes up the whole page, and it's like a sticker they literally put in there. I can show you another visa. This one is for Tanzania. I'll show now. You see, it says Republic of Tanzania. It's a whole sticker that fills up a whole page. Whoa, I'm gonna have to go get another passport and another passport and another passport. These pages are so valuable when you're someone like me who travels a lot. I can't have all the pages in my passport used up, so there's also that. Also, the process of getting these visas is so different for every country. Also, I experienced this in Egypt, but I don't like how I'm treated. It's just strenuous travel for a lot of the countries there. Of course, there's some countries you can travel solo and it's a breeze. But will you visit this country? My whole goal is to visit every country in the world. Every single country in the world. So you don't have to ask me, will you visit this country? Will you visit that country? You don't ever have to ask me that question if I have not been there already. I will go. My whole goal is to visit every country in the world. And I'm close. I'm very close. I've been to 105 countries. So, and there's 197. To me, piece of cake. There are some countries like Europe like Asia. It's a breeze to travel, especially as an American. You just waltz right in. Even for Europe, I waltz through these countries. I get on a bus and I'm there. I don't even go through immigration sometimes. When I flew to Europe, I didn't go through immigration. As soon as even getting here to Switzerland, I got on a bus because it's super simple. And on the bus, they have military come on, like travel military, come on the bus and check everyone's passports and they check. They have a dog that sniffs you to make sure you're not carrying any drugs or you're not transporting anything. And so they have a dog that sniffs you and a military guy that kind of interrogates you. When the Swiss military walked past me, they looked at my passport and literally said, "Welcome." They looked at it for 1 second. The dog sniffed me for 1 second, and he was on to the next person. Even the next person, I think they were from Albania or something. They were like, get off the bus, sniffed him, made him take out his luggage. You know what I mean? Like, it's a waltz to travel Europe. It's a waltz to travel Asia, especially with an American passport. You breeze right through. They stamp your passport, you go to your hotel, and it's done. This is not the continent of Africa. You cannot just do that. So think before you judge us travelers you're saying, you travel so much of Europe. I'm sorry, I'm getting passionate about this. But it's like, people say, you travel so much of Europe. You travel so much of Asia. Why don't you do that? Have the same energy with Africa. Have you tried? Have you tried? You cannot waltz in between the African country borders. You cannot just get on a bus and you're there. Oh yeah, take me to no. Need to travel the continent, country to country to country to country, and just waltz through the countries. No. So that is why maybe you don't see travelers traveling Asia the way they travel Africa, or traveling Europe the way they travel Africa. Oh my word, it is not easy. Everywhere needs a visa. Everyone's interrogating you. Everyone's asking you for money. Everyone's asking you for money on top of money, on top of money, on top of money, on top of money. I had to get a shot when I was in Kenya. That's another thing. The shots that you need. Like I didn't have my yellow fever shot when I went to Kenya, and you need a yellow fever shot to go to Kenya. And so they told me, you can get the shot here in the airport. I was terrified, but I'm like, I'm gonna need to get this shot sooner or later. So I go to get the shot. This woman, I told this story on YouTube before. This woman takes me into this closet and she's like, give me $1,000 right now. And I'm like, hold on, and he comes in there and he's like, it's 100. I think 100. I don't remember the exact amount. It's 100 US. You've got to know. Here is what I need before I really tackle Africa. I need to find people in these countries. So, for example, say I go to Somalia. I need someone in that country waiting for me to take me around. You get what I'm saying? I need someone in these countries to be with me the whole time and to show me and to kind of help me. So it's not an easy continent to travel. End of story. Like, that's just it. You cannot just waltz between the country borders. You cannot do that. No. Oh yeah, I forgot I've been to Uganda. I have that stamp. I have that whole sticker in my passport. And it's like, so there's so many complications to traveling that. Asia it's like a coloring book. It's simple. It's like a child's coloring book. It's so simple to just go to all the countries, travel all the countries. Very, very affordable. Europe you can do affordable as well. Not Switzerland, but a lot of Europe can be affordable. And you're just waltzing, you're relaxing. It's super simple. This is not the continent of Africa. That's why I have not done most of it, okay? But I will visit every country in the world. You don't have to worry about that. Speaking of needing someone to know in these countries, A girl just said that she is in Ghana and that her surfing team would love to give me lessons. These are the kind of things I need. I mean, Ghana's doesn't fit into the category of difficult countries to travel in Africa. It does not fit into the category. I actually know a lot of Ghanaian people in Amsterdam, and they have said, you ever come to Ghana, stay at my family's house. And that's huge to me. I'm like, that's what I want to do when I travel Africa, more so. Like, know someone within the country. And I already surf, but I'm sure I could use some improving, and that sounds amazing. I definitely want to do that soon. Thank you so much for the invite. Another question is, what career do you see yourself having later on in life other than being on YouTube and Instagram? Great question. I want to be a film composer. That's actually what I was going to college for before I dropped out and started traveling the world, because I realized all my heroes, Hans Zimmer, Aaron Zigman, John Williams, these are my heroes. They're the people I want to emulate in my life. I was looking at their life stories, how they became film composers, and none of them, I went to college, I got a degree, and then boom, 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 and became successful. Like, no one super successful did that. No one. Like, as far as the people I deem as successful in as far as I want to be just like them. My own definition of success. I think college is great if you are going to be a doctor, a lawyer, one of these jobs. I don't want to be one of those. So it's like I was wasting my time. I think a lot of people waste time and money on college just because they think it's the key to every kind of success in life. Anyways, I was looking at their lives, my heroes, and they didn't do that. They traveled the world, they met people, they experienced life so that they had something to pull from to make this beautiful music. And Hans Zimmer is he's my hero. He's my favorite. He's who I want to be exactly like as far as my career. And he is a film composer. A film composer is still what I want to be. It's someone who writes soundtracks for movies. And I think my life is in a great position to be a good film composer. And yeah, that's still what I want to be. And I still see myself going back to school, maybe in Paris or somewhere else, and being a film composer one day after I visit every single country in the world and after I go to the moon. I still want to go to the moon. Someone said, what's the most important thing you've learned after visiting so many countries? That is such a hard question. I could write a book on all the things I've learned. I could write 5 books. Oh my goodness, I don't know the most important thing. The most important thing I've learned from visiting, God is real. He's beautiful. He created a beautiful planet. And I'm going to see it all. I'm going to see as much as I can before I die. I've learned that fear is an illusion. And don't act on it. It's okay to be fearful, but don't act on your fear. I've learned that I've learned who I am. I think that's important for me. I've learned who I am in this world, where I'm learning every day. I've learned so much. I've learned that you've just got to accept life as life. Life is life. It's not supposed to be anything. It's not supposed to cradle you. It's not supposed to rock you to sleep every night. It's not supposed to be fair. It's not supposed to be rewarding. It's not supposed to be anything. It's just life. Life is just life. Take the good with the bad. Let things roll. Just keep rolling. Keep going. Life is life. You know, a lot of people... I was talking to a girl yesterday, actually. I met... Another thing I love about traveling, you meet so many people, and a girl is from Colombia. and she's traveling Switzerland, and she has no money at all to be here, and she's sleeping at the airport, and her stomach was growling the whole time because of how hungry she is, and she's from Colombia, and she doesn't want to be there. She wants to travel the world. She has no money. By the way, I bought her food and talked to her and helped her, but I hear these kind of stories a lot, and I was saying to her, like, what do you think life, like, why do you think, like, this is life? No, keep going, don't give up, keep going, keep hustling, keep going, don't give up, don't look for sympathy, just keep going. Life is not fair. And I feel the same way, because there's another question about hate. Someone asked me, how do you deal with negativity or hate? Why? I don't understand the concept of, I really don't understand this. Why people feel like they have to care about, like, first of all, I don't feel like anyone owes me anything. No one owes me niceness. No one owes me support. No one owes me recognition or praise. So why, I just don't understand why so many people get upset when people, if there's some people who don't like them, some people who have a negative opinion or anything like that. I just don't understand. I don't feel owed anything. Everything that's good in your life is a blessing. So I was kind of saying that to the girl yesterday I met in Colombia. Like, does life owe you a ton of money to travel the world? There is an option that you're going to be broken. There's an option, obviously, that you're not going to have it all together. Because it's life. Keep going. If you want anything bad enough, you're going to go get it. You're going to figure it out. But I think that's just kind of how my mindset is. I am empathetic, but I'm also kind of, this is life. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, life is just life. If you own a Lamborghini and you walk into the mall and somebody hits your Lamborghini and, I don't know, damages it, and you come outside and you see it, are you like, I don't deserve this? Or are you just like, wow, yeah, this is life, man. You know, I don't know, like, or just some random example, like, life is just life. It's just life. It does not owe you anything. So when you have good people, if you have an income, if you have a roof over your head and your health, and you can breathe, and you have your eyesight, and you have, you know, 2 eyeballs and 2 legs, and you have shoes, and you have a coat, and you have friends to talk to, and you have a family, or just some of those things, or all of those things, you're freaking blessed, because life does not owe you any of that. Okay? It's just life. This video is already super long, and I hope I can upload it, because there is like this happening, and I hope you guys can still hear me, but thanks for listening. I hope I answered some questions that you guys are wondering. I'm trying to think of anything else that I know. Like, anyways, catch you guys in my next video, in my next country, in my next adventure.